There's this little walking pier out at the end of Queen's Break. So I would love for when you get to Hawaii, you come check this out. We get pretty much a great look at the skyline of Waikiki from here. Again, the Royal Hawaiian. I think that's the Sheraton Waikiki down there. And we come a little farther, you see the Moana Surf Rider. You get a great look at Waikiki Beach, and all of this along here is the Queen's Break. Absolutely gorgeous. It's a little protective tidal pool, so you can get out and swim and not worry about riptides and things pulling you in, under, I should say. I'm having so much fun out here in the sunshine. Now that is the Waikiki Marriott Resort and Spa. That's where we'll be doing our cooking and our hula lessons and whatever other trouble I can find. I'm gonna pan all the way around so you can take a look at Diamond Head. There she is. There's Diamond Head. Guess that's one of the most famous volcanoes in the world. And aren't we glad it's not an active volcano? And there's the rest of the beach. Beautiful Waikiki. Aloha.
Maoke aloha, no Hawaii. E haoli na o ki o Hawaii nei.
6:35. So, the women of Novato has won this beautiful bottle of champagne. We're going to take it home to Marin, to the club, and we're going to have a big party. Everybody. I'm going to start this thing. Hi everyone, it's me, Curtis, and welcome to the show. Today we're in Waikiki with three wonderful residents from Novato, California. They also happen to be members of what's this great group?
Seroptimus International of Novato.
Whoa, right on y'all. So I've got my lovely Lisa in the middle, and then to your right, honey, is?
Chris Wiley.
Hi, Chris, and?
Judy Montero.
Judy Montero. All of us are from Novato, right?
Right.
Now, we want to share the love of Seroptimus. So can you all, Lisa, take the mic.
Sure.
Can y'all tell us about Seroptimus?
Yeah,
Well, Seroptimus means better for women or best for women. And we came together today for the last 3 days for the weekend to celebrate all the successes that we've had over the last couple of years. And they've been challenging years, right, Judy?
Carol Bennett, SI Novato, 14-year member.
Well, this is my first conference ever, so it was really nice to meet people in person that I had only seen on Zoom calls. And also today was really emotional. It was hearing from all the award winners, all the scholarships that Seroptimus give to young girls to finish their education. Because we believe through education we will empower women and girls to dream big and do whatever they want to do in life and become whatever they want.
The experience of a nightmare of the California wildfires in the fall of 2020 sparked a flame in Noella, and she started an organization through her high school called California Youth Climate Leaders. From her website it says, Noella started California Youth Climate Leaders as a way for high school students to get involved through activism and service projects. She wanted the club to be a place where students are not afraid to voice their ideas and opinions to local and state government officials, organize and lead their own environmental projects, and most importantly, see how their actions can have immense impacts. Noelle has sent a video to share her project and future plans.
To all the esteemed women to whom I'm honored to speak to today, I would like to express my sincerest gratitude for this award. I'm incredibly delighted to be able to have made it this far in the Violet Richardson Award nomination process. Just 1 month ago, I presented my acceptance speech for the Violet Richardson Award at the Nevada Seroptimus Award ceremony, sharing this recognition with 2 other amazing young women in my community. Today I'm speaking to 4 districts that represent a multitude of Seroptimus branches and sharing my story about why I have been chosen to be the recipient of this District 3 award. My name is Noella DeFrenza, and I'm in 10th grade at San Marin High School. At the beginning of the school year, I founded the California Youth Climate Leaders, or CYCLE, the Climate Action Club at San Marin High School. I currently lead the club as president with the support of the AP Environmental Science teacher, Ms. Howell. Our club meets around once a week to discuss project ideas, climate issues, and ways we can make our club as impactful as possible. We are currently working with the school to install compost bins around campus, something that is long overdue to increase sustainability at San Marin. We are also planning on hosting a planting project at the Belmarin Keys wetlands with students from inside the club and also throughout the school. On April 9th, we ran a table at the Marin County Rotary Day of Service, Protecting the Environment Fair. This fair consisted of landscape and cleanup volunteer work, environmental exhibitors such as our club, and an electric vehicle and bicycle show. The purpose of the event was to engage the community with environmental action and service work, but also being a fun place for people to learn about current climate issues and solutions. By attending the fair as exhibitors, we were able to connect with the community about what our club does, what we plan to do in the future, and how we can all make a difference in combating climate change. Since this is our first year as a club at San Marin, we are just getting started. In the next few years, we hope to install electric vehicle charging stations at schools, work with local or state governments, organize protests, beach cleanups, and so much more. With climate change, the effects don't just occur, they compound, one thing fueling the next. Wildfires, droughts, decaying coral reefs, animal and plant extinctions, and rising sea levels all connect and affect us on a much larger scale. Together, they create a tidal wave of destruction, unfurling detrimental consequences. But similarly to how our mistakes unfold, our actions and solutions have rippling effects. We can all make a difference, whether it is something as small as composting at home, or something larger, such as switching to an electric vehicle. Climate change is a cooperative effort and not the work of just one person. I started CYCLE to engage the community with climate efforts to take action towards this increasingly more detrimental issue. I've already learned so much from teachers and mentors, representatives, students, and friends, and I can't wait to see what the California Youth Climate Leaders can accomplish. Thank you.
Noelle writes in her essay, with climate change, problems don't just occur, they compound, one thing after another. Fires, drought, habitat destruction, the polar ice caps melting, and sea levels rising. They all connect and affect us on a much larger scale. They create a tidal wave of destruction, unfurling detrimental consequences. But just like how our mistakes unfold, our actions and solutions have rippling effects. Any of us can make a difference, whether it's something as small as reducing your plastic waste consumption or something as large as installing solar panels on your roof. Climate change is a collective effort, not the work of just one person. And I'd like to give a huge thank you to Vicki Campbell of SI Nevada for presenting Noella's application to the VRA committee.
Well, this is probably my 33rd conference. Probably not quite 33. I've been a member for 33 years, and I started going to the conferences right away within the first year. And we have a conference every year, the first weekend of May, and every 5 years we come to Hawaii, and every 7 years we go to Guam because Guam and Hawaii are part of our region. We're founder region because Seroptimus was founded in Oakland, California in 1921. So we just celebrated our 100th year last year, and the conferences are always inspiring to me. Sunday, as they were saying, is when we give out the money, lots of awards, lots of money, and it's really inspiring to hear what the high school girls and the women that are single parents have gone through tough times. They're going back to school to straighten out their lives and help their families.
Fantastic. So Chris, if you got to talk to women in Novato and Marin County to get them involved in Seroptimus, what message would you say and why should they join Seroptimus?
Well, the reason I've been a Seroptimus for 33 years is because I feel it's important to give back to the community, and I think that it's really important. You know, I love Rotary. My father was a lifelong Rotarian, and when I moved back to Novato, he said, "Do you want to be a Rotarian?" And at the time, I was a single parent. I said, "I can't afford Rotary." And I was invited to a Seroptimus meeting, and I immediately thought, "Oh, well, this has got the same vibe, but you know, our priority is women and girls," which I found really important. And so, you know, we sometimes people say Seropta, what's that word? But basically, it's just giving back to our community and the community of the world, because Seroptimus is in 90 countries throughout the world.
Yes, the most important thing, is to show them what to belong to the S Club, which is at the high school level, and they give back to their community too, but in different ways. They learn leadership. They learn a lot by being an owl.
And there's also being around you all, which are great role models, I think.
Absolutely, and you could see that during our conference that the young girls that did win. This is going to change their life forever and have an impact.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So Lisa, all right, now, you are going to be next year's vice president?
I'm vice president-elect, and I'm so lucky that I have two women here. You've been a president of Seroptimus.
And 4 times.
You have been president 4 times. I'm just lowly little VP getting started, but I have 2 wonderful women standing next to me who can be my mentor and help me through the years, and I hope I can be a 33-year member like you have been, Chris.
Okay, so I found a new term. I'm going to get behind you here.
Oh, yes.
Now, so the men, can we be involved in Seroptimus?
You
or what can we do?
absolutely can.
Actually, men can be members of Seroptimus.
Yes.
Okay.
But a lot of the members, because they are so involved, their husbands are supportive of the group. They don't necessarily want to belong. Some of them are still, working, and some of them are happily retired. So we came up with Seroptimisters.
Seroptimister. So is that what I'm going to be?
You
once
are.
we
You
get
are
married?
gonna
Okay,
be,
good,
yes.
good.
You are a
Yes,
Seroptimister.
definitely.
I've got to tell you all, this has been fabulous watching you women work and getting a chance to meet the governor. What is her name now?
Governor Chris. But
Governor
the
Chris.
governor-elect is Vicky Ham.
Okay, it's been fabulous being around all you all. And hey, dudes, guys, help your wives and your girlfriends and your
Support 'em.
fiancés. Support them. I'm going to stand behind Lisa and push her forward this year as vice
Thank
president. So thank you all for representing Marin, Novato, and Seroptimus. Now, on my show, we always say spread love. Because we're in Hawaii, we're going to say spread love and aloha. So all together, y'all, spread love,
Aloha.
spread aloha,
Aloha.
and mahalo.
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 Peace out. Peace out.
That is actually on a 23-minute loop. It's narrated by Stocker Channing, and I think she does a terrific job of walking you through the events leading up to the attack on Pearl Harbor, the attack itself, and a little bit of the aftermath. But that film is actually being played behind the third building over here on the left. So you're more than welcome to mosey over after you get off the boat and check it out. We'll be showing it all the way up until 4:30. Is that all right?
It's all right.
All right. Before you get on the boat, however, there is one very important thing I want to make sure everybody's aware of, and that is the fact that the Arizona Memorial is not an attraction. It is a national cemetery. It's no different than if you visited Arlington, Gettysburg, or even the National Cemetery of the Pacific, which we call the Punch Bowl. As a matter of fact, when you step foot onto the Arizona Memorial itself, you will then be walking over the final resting spot of over 900 sailors and Marines who lost their lives aboard Battleship Arizona on that Sunday morning, December 7, 1941. Those men have been on eternal duty for 80 years. So out of respect for those men, there are a few rules that we would like you to follow as you visit us today. First and foremost is we do not allow food or drink other than clear water on the boat or at the memorial. So if you happen to have soda, coffee, juice, anything like that, we have a trash can right along the fence over there. Also make sure that all electronic devices that you have with you are placed on silent. And if anybody happens to have a cell phone, not only will it be important to silence your phone, but out of courtesy and respect for the dead, please do not use your phone while you're on the boat or at the memorial except for the camera. It's okay to photograph, it's okay to film.
The oil that he was talking about is coming up. Yeah.
Right here.
Oh, look at this on the video. This is pretty cool. This is the shape of the island, honey. Okay, Lisa Cobb, going to her first luau.
in Hawaii.
Are you excited?
I am. Honolulu.
To Luhukilau. All right, let's have fun.
That way, you want to make sure you have your photo ID, but it's all one group, yeah? Oh, we're good, we're good. Minus that rule. All on her photo ID, yeah? Oh. Well, you might want it if you're going to participate in the bar, yeah? Thank you. Alright, so family, make sure we come over here to get your tickets, and then you'll take your family group photos here on our beach setting, and then you'll be directed and
A royal couple come forward attended by tukahili or feather standards. These feather insignias were used as symbols of authority authorities and as flags while kings and queens and chiefs in the days we refer to as Kavakahiko, or ancient times of our islands and its people. Our royal couple are attire in ceremonial regalia associated with our ali'i, or Hawaiian royalty, in the pre-contact era of our islands. His Majesty our Mo'ikane wears a mahiole, a feathered helmet along with a ceremonial cape known as the ahuhula. He bears a ihe, or spear, indicating that he's a warrior of his island and his people. Her Majesty our Mo'ivaine, our beautiful high chiefess, is attired with a traditional gown called the kikepa. Her hair adorned with a feathered crown called the leihulu. Around her neck, the sacred and precious Leiniho Palawa, a carved ivory whale tooth pendant indicating that she's a descendant of the highest of chiefly rank. The traditional colors of our islands and our people are represented in the feathers of the kaili. Red feathers symbolically the sacred color of our akua, our god. The yellow, the descendants of our god. At this time, we'd like to invite all of you now to join us and exchange the word of welcome to our islands and our people. A word that you have heard many times. May you hear it many more times. Everyone repeat after me. Aloha! Our Majesties bid you welcome and invite you to celebrate in your honor. And now the conch shall sing. Soon the sun will be setting in the west. Stars will begin to clear a canopy of sapphire blue skies, and we will all enjoy a beautiful night in our Hawaiian paradise. Ladies and gentlemen, light the way to our festivities and greeting you with a smile and aloha Hawaiian style. How about a round of applause for torchbearer Cousin Ikaika?
Cousin!
And our concha blower, Cousin Ikalevan.
Cousin!
Mahalo. To officially make the presentation of our main course or steamed pig from the underground oven will be our kahu'imu. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cousin Kalei and Cousin Lopaka. What you are witnessing is a reversal of the process which took place early this morning when our staff prepared what is called an imu. Now the imu is traditionally a pit in the earth or sand used by the early Hawaiian as an oven for cooking. The imu is made ready by heaping stumps of the kiawe wood or mesquite logs, similar to what is used for barbecuing at home. Smooth and porous lava rocks called pohaku pahoehoe are then placed on the logs and a great big bonfire is lit. When the lava rocks are red hot, some of those stones are taken and placed in the cavity or opu of the pig that had been prepared for the occasion. Wrapped in a chicken wire meshing, the pig is taken into the imu, placed on a bed of vegetation, covered with a hali'i or blanket of more greenery and foliage. Then the imu is sealed with a burlap sack, a tarpaulin, and the sand that was uncovered in digging the imu. Actually, what was created in contemporary times can be best described as a giant pressure cooker-like oven because it's the steam of the hot rocks that does the cooking process. Our kauimu are now unfastening the chicken wire meshing, and soon you will see them shaking the pig from side to side to loosen those hot lava stones, which are still cooking the pua'a or the pig. Notice the steam escaping from the imu. Some of those stones are still very, very hot.
God, it smells so good, doesn't it? Wow. Smells like Texas.
A wooden bowl with water is placed near the imu as a coolant. Our gentlemen will rinse their hands before they begin the task of removing those hot lava stones. First, a traditional ritual is performed to decide who will cast the first stone.
Thank you, brother. You got it.
And now the ritual is about to begin.
Fight.
It looks like Jose won the competition. Our Kahlua pork is seasoned with the essence of nature. We use pa'akai, sea salt, gathered from our shoreline salt ponds, and various types of green foliage that is used to line the imu and wrap the pua'a. The result is a wonderful flavor, one that we have never been able to replicate, except with this early Hawaiian cooking process. We remain one of the very few luau venues on the island of Oahu that continues to prepare our main course in this traditional ancient Hawaiian way. Ladies and gentlemen, our pig is ready to come out of the oven. Those of you with cameras, get those cameras ready. On the count of 3, we are going to have a liftoff. Here we go, family. Ho'okahi 1, Elua 2, e Kolu 3, Huki Kalua Pua'a. Folks, there you have it. Our Hawaiian steamed pig right out of the underground oven and dripping with succulent flavors. How about a round of applause for our 2 hard-working men? How about a hand for the pig?
Now, Chef, what is poke?
Poke, it's very, poke just means cubed.
Really?
Anything cubed. So everybody relates poke to ahi because we have the biggest ahi supplier around and everything. And that's really traditional to the Hawaiian culture because they went out and caught the ahi, they bring it in, they dice it up, and that became the poke.
So poke. Now, all right, y'all, did my head just blow up? Because, right, there's the natural sea flavors in it. Then we add that clay cured salt. My mouth is having a party. Now this has got everything, right?
Everything except the shoyu vinaigrette.
Everything but the shoyu vinaigrette.
So now the ocean just comes out a little bit more. You get a little texture crunch, the creaminess.
Mom said on top of your mouth full. I can't help but say, wow.
So that's just a little. This is part of that education in how little things really change one beautiful thing.
This is so good, right? I mean, it's great by itself. Then we start adding those layers of flavor and just building on it. My goodness, Chef, this is fabulous.
And then this is the key part of this is really showcasing doing poke. It's all about the tuna. So you don't want to mask a lot of the flavors in there. So now we're just gonna, if you can pass me the shoyu.
Oh yes, the shoyu. Ooh.
So this is the shoyu vinaigrette. So this is one of our shoyu vinaigrettes that we do at Queen's Break. This is one of my recipes here, which this actually really resembles Hawaii in general. It's worldwide coming together. So I actually use lemon juice and rice wine vinegar. There's sesame oil in there. There's oyster sauce. There's shoyu in there.
Do you mind sharing the recipe?
Oh yeah, I'll send you. I can send you a recipe. You can put on your link.
If you don't mind.
No, it'd be my pleasure. No, I love sharing. This is how I learned.
I'll tell you one more Junior story, right? Because and we were talking about this about secrets. A lot of families have secret recipes. Why have a secret? Because if you have a secret, it dies with you. So my mom and Junior both are like, let's share what we've got. There's room for all of us. So I love that. In fact, my recipe may turn out a little different than Chef because it's me. I mean, I'm going to follow the same rules.
Your taste totally different. You might taste acid. Some people like a little bit more sugar than others. Local style, a lot more sugary, a lot more sweetness. I'm more of an acid, more Mediterranean. So I love lemon. I love that ting.
He will edit it and make us sound.
Y'all are so good.
I hope you edit that.
Judy, you're great. Both of you are great. No worries. I got so all no.